Hey guys, it's Megan. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about internet safety and about maybe when you think you're feeling safe, you're not online, how you should be aware that there's people out there that fish for information from you. The slightest little bit. It could be a game you're playing. Somebody casually asks you, where are you from or where do you live? And they're able to almost geotag the location where you live at. And then they, your screen name might actually be your name instead of, say, just some random screen name you picked up. Like, there's a game that I play that, I use my married name in, my current married name. However, when it comes time for, say, important information, it might still be in my other married name, the one before I got married this time, from my divorce. Well, it doesn't really matter, because if they're going to find you, they're going to find you. I recently learned that I was playing an online game that I really enjoy, and I had made a video about 5 months ago in regards to bullying. Cyberbullying, online bullying, etc. It's all still a form of bullying. Well, some people got a hold of this video and they decided to basically smear my, not really as much my name as they want to smear what my looks are. They want to say that, I'm this person that weighs X number of pounds, which the number they said is it's really off. They saying it a lot higher than what I actually am. Am I proud of the size that I am? No. Am I doing something to improve my situation with the size that I am? Yes. It's a lifestyle change. I've done crash diets, and, they're good for a little while, and then I crash, and I don't want to do anything else with them. Well, this time around, I am choosing to allow myself to have those times where, I don't necessarily have to follow the diet. Well, it's not that I don't have to follow the diet, it's that I can have something in moderation. Like if I want a hamburger, I can have one. I can have one. Not two, not three, not four. One. If I want some pizza, instead of eating the whole pizza, I can have 2 slices or even 1 large slice. Eat more salads. Add more veggies to my diet. It says stay away from red meats, but because of some health issues, I need to get the iron that's in some of the meats, the red meats. So, if I start feeling like I need to do that, then I have that. So, my, how do I put this the right way? My weight is part of me, but it's not all of me. There is a lot to me that I have to offer to the world. I have a kind heart. Excuse me. I am loyal to a fault. I'm faithful. I am a hard worker at whatever I put myself into. I believe that character adds a lot to a person. How they perceive themselves and how they carry themselves and how they want to be perceived. You put good things out there, good things come back to you. You start being blasphemous, I don't even know how to say it, that's the right word, and start, smearing somebody's character just because they might be overweight. That's wrong. And then at the same time, you sit there and say, well, they do have a point, the points they make are valid, No, either you're with me or you're against me. There's no middle ground. You can't choose to hate me because of my looks, but like me when we interact in an online game, or you come across my profile on, like, if you go through Facebook, or, you know, even like MySpace. I don't even know if that's even still a thing, but you can't treat me one way, you know, for a long period of time, then see something and completely change your mind about me. That's being hypocritical. And I'm not a hypocrite, and I don't believe that people have the right to basically pull high school stunt. You know, elementary school, middle school, high school. You know, I was teased. I was teased because I wore glasses. I was teased because of my my awkwardness. I spent a good portion of high school on crutches because I had knee injuries and I kept having to have surgery on my knee. I had, and still to this day have, an issue where my hair grows in on the sides and I have sideburns. And my grandfather, on his deathbed, well, I call it his deathbed because he died a couple weeks after I saw him. But he used to call me Sideburns. I hated when people in school called me that. I hated when friends called me that. Well, if they were a real friend, they weren't gonna, you know, we can kid around, that's one thing, but when you blatantly hurt somebody's feelings and disregard it, and could care less, there's a problem there. Okay, internet security. Be very mindful of who you talk to online, what you talk about, and how much of your personal information you give out, which should be hardly any. Be mindful of the fact that we are all humans, and, excuse me, we all have flaws, and some of us, if you poke enough, you'll get information out of us. Now, me, I try to keep it very loose, and, you know, I have a couple of friends that I talk to, and I don't talk to them about everything, but, you know, day to day, we share, you know, how was your day? Mine was fine. How was yours? What'd you do? You know, stuff like that, and that's fine. You don't ever give your passwords to anything out to anybody. Now, if you're in a relationship with somebody, or you're, you know, somebody's daughter, or you're somebody's son, or your grandfather and father, you know, relationship-wise, when you allow somebody else to access any of your accounts with your password, you are inviting trouble. No, I don't mean like a husband and wife, you know, oh, I have a password to my email, so there must be something wrong. There's got to be something the matter. I'm hiding something. No, I'm not doing that. It's called trusting between, you know, spouses and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to parents, you need to be mindful of what your children are doing online. Now, there are some children that are out there that think it's okay to bully people online because you're not physically doing it to them. So then you're not doing anything wrong, so it's not a crime and you can't be punished for it. That is wrong. There's a thing called cyberbullying. It's bullying through the internet, through cyberspace. Whether it be instant messages, whether it be, you know, somebody, you know, creating a fake profile of you and smearing your good name, or, you know, harassing you through any social media sites, online, you know, on the web, on the internet, or as some people like to call it, the interweb. It's putting somebody else down to make yourself feel better. And it's not right. The world that we live in we should all strive to get along rather than hating one another or putting each other down. What gets me is you can go to school with people and graduate high school or even college with them. Person's one way, you go about into the world and you meet up with them later and they've completely changed into a different person. Say you had the one that was I'm trying to think of a good way of describing it or comparing it to. Say the girls from Clueless, Alicia Silverstone, her friends, the girls, and even some of the boys acting like they're one way, like they're divas and all, I can't do this and I can't participate in this thing in PE because of this, and I can't get along with anybody else because I'm so insecure that I gotta make them feel down about themselves. Fast forward 10, 20 years, they've gotten married, they have kids, and they got a successful career. You run into them, i.e. either at some sort of school reunion or just out in the world, and the person that had to have the next designer bag or the new pair of high heels that were coming out or, the tube top and the mini skirt and stuff like that. They're wearing mom jeans, whatever those are, and a t-shirt or some sort of blouse. It's not tailored and anything to fit them. They've got 3 or 4 kids running around screaming. Or, they've got a couple of kids that are younger and some that are in high school, whatever, college. And you look at where they were and how their priorities were, to get the next big thing. And now their lives are completely changed. They have to go out in the world and work. And they have to go and do this. And they have to go and do that. It's not so easy anymore. People change. It's just ironic that those type of people are the ones that you wind up being friends with, but then in high school you couldn't have been. I have completely done circles here. I know I've lost some of you guys. There were several people when I went to school, when I went to high school, that were only nice to me when they would get something out of the situation, They were really nice to me in front of their friends because they wanted to look good. But the moment their friends weren't around, they were harassing me and teasing me and making fun of me, which is all the same thing. And I had to endure that. It's not a very good character trait to treat people badly. I say this, and I have to admit that when I was in school, I myself didn't intend to be, but there were times where I bullied people just because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. Everybody else was doing it, so why couldn't I? And I realized that not only did I feel guilty about it afterwards, but what was done to me was 10 times worse. And I'm not saying because I bullied somebody, I deserve to be bullied. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that bullying is wrong. Even if it's, you tell somebody one thing and mean another, say something along the lines of, actually, I don't have an example there. I don't know how to get my point across without yammering on for another 15 minutes. There are filters online that you can put. Parental controls you can put to where you limit what information or how long you can talk or what you can talk about. and what is too risque for you, or too out of the ordinary that you should not be dealing with, or is too grown up for you. Well, I'm finding that when you play an online game and there's areas where you can chat, and people chat with, people from all over the world, the minimum age to join said game is 13. Now, there's no maximum age. I know there's people in their 60s on there. You don't know how old somebody is when you're sitting there talking to them, unless you start a conversation and notice how their grammar is, or how they speak, how they type, because we don't speak, we type everything. It's what's called chatting. It's not chitter-chatter chatting, it's messaging chatting. It's typing it. That's just the way it is. So, you could be a 40-year-old person, and a 14-year-old could bring you to tears because they tease you and make you feel like you're less than what you are. You liked me just fine in the game until you saw my video. You liked me just fine in the game when you were benefiting from my losses because you were profiting from it. I'm the same person I was then. You just are looking at my face now, and you think you know who I am, and you think you know what I look like, and you think a lot of things that aren't true. It's not nice to bully people. It's not nice to make somebody feel less than what they are. Bullying is wrong. Cyberbullying is a crime, and it's punishable by the law. So don't think just because you do it online that nobody can find you, nobody, can catch you or anything like that. If you're smart, I'm not threatening anybody here, but if you're smart, you'll realize that your lewd and lascivious comments are not warranted and are not appreciated. I am the same person I was yesterday. I'm just one day older. I have struggles in my life. I didn't get this way overnight. I'm not this way because I'm lazy. I have a weight problem, yes, but there's more to it than that. Get to know me, not my waistline. That's all I'm going to say about that. Like, fave, share, subscribe. Megan, Megan, Shepherd, Sheppard, 81 at gmail.com. You can comment below. You can email me your comments, your concerns, questions, anything you want to know. I'd be more than happy to answer to the best of my ability. If it's stuff that I'm not comfortable answering, I will let you know. And no hateful or vulgar comments. They will be erased. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.